sorry, I'm unavailable today and tomorrow and the foreseeable. 2025, fully booked. Apologies. In this video, I'm going to help you lean into your villain era and kiss your mediocre, suppressed life goodbye. This is all about stepping into our authenticity, becoming the best version of ourselves, stepping up into a higher frequency. To do that, you're going to really upset some of the people closest to you. Those people who want to keep you in their control are going to get really triggered by this. They're going to question, why have they changed? Why can't I affect them anymore? Because they can't affect you, you'll become the bad guy, the villain. Villains are created, they are not born. Some films, they give you like a bit of a backstory and you start to understand how the villain ended up that way. Well, for us, our backstory is typically we had these big dreams, big ideas. I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a doctor. And then suddenly people, why would you want to do that? I'm not doing that. Before you know it, ideas that were authentic to you, they become influenced by other people. And then the other people start to pull you away from the big dream. The big dream's over here going like, come on, like I'm over here. The friends, the family, the colleagues, the school, wherever, they're like, no. This way with the rest of them. So they're pushing you over here, and before you know it, you spent your entire life down the wrong road. There was like a fork in the road. You could have gone towards your dreams, or you could have gone the other way. They have dragged you away from it. Dragged you. What you found now as an adult is that you can sneak your way back. There's a little secret track straight back to where you wanted to be, but it's going to come at the expense of upsetting all of these people, all of the naysayers, all of the average. So what you have to decide is, what do you want? Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is stop shrinking yourself to places you've outgrown. You've outgrown this lot over here, you're going in the wrong direction currently, and you need to get back on track. Most people follow the same rhythms. They all go through the system. And this is what the system's there for, is to keep everyone roughly in the same direction. And once we've finished in our education, we then move on to jobs. Typically, we start at the bottom. We work our way up over the years until we retire, following the masses. I wanted to be an actress. I was a fraud investigator by the age of 18. I changed to architecture school. Didn't want to do that. I wanted to be on TV. So why on earth am I designing buildings? This is what I was told as a kid. You're never going to make it. You're never going to make it. It's too competitive. Why do you think I'm doing this YouTube channel? I digress. So you had these big dreams, and at some point in your life you got derailed. Somebody's saying you wouldn't be good enough, or it's too competitive, or you're not smart enough, you don't have the money to do. There's always a reason why your track gets changed. Somebody at the last minute just pulls the lever and they send you off in a different direction. That's where you've ended up today. Every day you wake up, you go to this job that you probably don't love. Well, look, it pays the bills. Paying the bills, but what does it do to your soul? It literally makes you die inside a little. And you realise your life's mediocre and it's nothing like you imagined it to be. And the idea of living your mediocre life that you are not aligned with at all petrifies you. So you start to go to work on yourself. When you start to go to work on yourself, you change who you are. You're starting to adapt to the current version of you. This is going to the gym perhaps, changing your wardrobe, changing your hair. Show up for yourself in the way that's authentic to you. And then people start to notice and they're like, why are you doing that? Why are you changing? Nobody said you could change. You may just want to do social media. And people are like, oh look, posting again, are we? It starts to put seeds of doubt in your mind. I was only doing what everyone else in social media does. Like, that's how everyone started in social media. You're liking all the main people, like, I'm sure their friends were criticising them when they first started. People don't care about that. They just care about what you're doing or not doing. And the second that you start to change what you're doing, they don't like it. People don't like it. Your boss? No, they're going to criticise you. They're going to be like, what are you doing on social media? Stop using your phone. Stop filming things. If I didn't mention that I liked social media, by the way, I wouldn't have them problems. But people, if they see that you have this desire, this passion, something that sparks joy into your life, they're going to try and put that out. That's why we're going to become our villain. Becoming a villain is actually so much fun. Like, I actually have started to love it. I used to worry so much about what people would think of me. Oh, what if they don't like me? I really want people to like me. I'm such a nice person. If you only just knew. One day I had to wake up and go, sweetheart, you are exactly where you need to be. You don't need any of this background noise. If you want these people to like you, for what? For validation? Why do you need them to validate you? You don't even like these people yourself. If they asked you to go for a dinner after work, would you want to spend time with these? Absolutely not. You don't need to get along with everybody. You don't need to be everyone's cup of tea, because then you would be a mug. So entering the villain era. What is a villain? Typically villains are the opposite of a hero. And a hero is, you know, the person wearing the cape and the one that saves the day and is always the most beautiful one with the gleaming smile and very popular and swooned over. Think of Superman. The way that they're dressed as a character, they've got abs and big, bulky, built out muscles and perfect hair. And everyone's, oh, look at them. I don't know what the villain is in Superman, but like just imagine a villain, because I don't know any. Cruella de Vil. If you think of Cruella, she's a smoker. She wears fur, animal fur, so straight off the bat, she's not a very good person. And then she's got multicoloured hair, she's got a horrible cackle, clashing colours, just the epitome of a villain. You often associate the villain with evil and arrogance and cruelty, or someone who's immoral or cunning. This is typically what the villain persona is. When we step into our villain era, it doesn't mean that we become a bad person. But the reason why it's referred to a villain era in this context of personal growth is because you become a villain in somebody else's story. Each one of us, if we think about ourselves, we think we're a really good person and very misunderstood if people don't like us. There may be someone that you're feeling a bit jealous of, and the only way that you can start to feel better about yourself is to tear that person down. Say there's somebody with a big house and a nice car. They're doing really well. All you can say is, oh, I don't like the colour of that car. And, oh, have you seen the interiors of that house? Like, I just wouldn't have done it like that. Because it comes from a place of bitterness and jealousy. They are then the villain. You don't quite like what they're doing, even though, let's face it, you'd probably want their house. You might just decorate it differently. But I'll let you have it. If the car's dreadful, don't worry about the car. Let them have the car. You can become the villain in someone's story who's really quite close to you. This could be someone in your family, or somebody that you were once really close to. This could be an ex-best friend, and then they start to paint you as the bad guy because it makes them feel better about themselves. It can also be colleagues, because colleagues, let's face it, we're just strangers put into the same team at a company that's very temporary, because people change jobs all the time. Maybe in the workplace you are the villain. The main thing to realise about people perceiving you as the villain is it's through the lens of those people and their lived experiences. The reason why this person may not like the person with the big house is because they don't believe that they're ever going to have success in life. So they project how they feel onto those people. Here are some mantras that are useful if you are experiencing people that think you're the villain. That is their truth. It's not mine. I know who I am. I don't need approval of theirs. Just because you're the villain in someone else's story doesn't mean that you're not the hero in your own. You can be the hero in your own story and the villain in theirs. And as long as you're the hero in yours, that's all that matters. We can literally be who we want to be. We can repel who we want to repel. And the fact that they're repelled by us means that they're not for us. We're not aligned. We don't need to align. We don't need to connect with everyone. Think of how many people there are on this planet. 8 billion. Why do you need approval of one person or a group of people? People that you work with. You don't have to think about those people. Stop thinking about those people. They're low vibe. You need to stop spiritually and emotionally starving yourself. If you're spiritually and emotionally starving yourself, you need to let go of judgment, of people, of things, physical things, social media. It doesn't matter. You just need to let go. You need to move on in the new direction, and you need to grow. Growing in the place that is suited best for you is going to help you. One of the things that really helps me is routines, and I do have a whole playlist of routines on my channel. So if you want to go and check out some of the success secrets playlists or the routines, they might just help you get started in becoming the best version of you, into stepping into your villain era. And see, I told you it wasn't about being evil. It's all about being authentic. That's where the secret sauce is stepping into that empowering person and being the bad guy for the greater good. I actually quite enjoyed sharing that with you. I found that quite cathartic. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you really start to lean into your villain mode. I actually want to see like the before and afters. Take a picture now just of like what you are currently when you have your little like shape shift into your best self. Take another picture and put it on stories and tag me in it on Instagram. If you haven't got me on Instagram, go check me out, Emma Rose London. I also have a lifestyle account on YouTube where I share my wedding diaries and property developing. So go check that out if you haven't already. That will be linked below as well. That's Emma Rose Lifestyle on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. Until next time, go to war with yourself. You've got this. I believe in you. Peace.